is lesson 4, section R.4b. This is factoring trinomials part 2. And so basically, we're still following the rules where set up our parentheses, set up our variables, set up our signs. We still want to look for the greatest common factor, parentheses, variables, set up our signs. Okay, so none of that's changed. We're still doing that. But now we're factoring trinomials with a leading term coefficients that's greater than 1. We want to find factors of the first term or the A term and factors of the third term or the C term. In other words, well, we had that ax squared plus bx plus c, C term factor table. We want to set those up. Try using the easier set of factors first, such as a set of factors that has just one set of factors or has doubles in it. Put one set of factors in and look at the two outer terms first. Okay, so we've been doing that up to this point. Determine the factors that add or subtract. That helps us to eliminate our trial and error. Find the set of factors that add or subtract to give us our middle term. If the last term is a plus, the C term, then we want to add to get our middle term. If our last term is a minus, our C term is a minus, then our signs are going to be opposite and we're going to subtract to get our middle term. Small versus large middle number, middle term. If the x term or the b term is small, then your factors are going to be close together. It makes sense because if they subtract, right, or add or subtract, then they're going to come out smaller than if the numbers were further apart. If the middle term is large, then our factors are further apart. So that helps us to reduce our trial and error when we know that. Finishing up our steps, be persistent. Try every possible combination. The prime, it is possible to have a prime or a trinomial that will not factor. And in that case, those should be the most difficult problems to work out. And so what happens is students, try one or two times and they give up. But no, you should be able to exhaust every possibility. So the prime factors are actually the most difficult to work through because you have to exhaust every possibility. And always, always, always check your factors. Okay? All right, let's take a look at some problems. And this is lesson 4 R.4b. Factoring trinomials, part 2. Okay, so let's say we have this 14m squared plus 11m minus 15 r squared. Okay, common factor. Do we have a greatest common factor in all three? Nope, not even close. Alright, but we always want to check it. So we put in our parentheses, put in our variables. You want to leave yourself some room, right? Any other variables into our factors?
R.
Yeah, R. And where's the R's are going to go in the ends, right? We want to go ahead and put those in too. Okay, we have factors of 14. Also our signs, what are they going to be? Positive and a negative, right? Or negative and a positive, right? Either way. 1 and 14, 2 and 7. Factors of 15, 1 and 15, and 3 and 5. Okay, so we want to look at, now, let's look at our middle number. Okay, 11m. Our factors, are they going to add or subtract to give us 11? Subtract. Alright? Alright, so this one here tends to, you could go through, this one type of problem tends to give a little more trial and error than the others do. I would try, normally it's not the 1 and the number. Like in other words, normally it's not 1 and 14 or 1 and 15. It's normally not one of those. Sometimes it is, but most of the times it's not. So I would try the 2 and 7 and the 3 and 5 first. Alright, so go ahead and try those. Like, if you did 2 and 7 here, and 3 and 5 here, how would that work out? Sometimes, when you have certain problems, sometimes you just can't, it's nice to be able to think it through, but sometimes you just gotta kind of just try something. Okay, not too bad. What do we get? Do we stop here? Or do we have to do something?
Check it.
We got to check it, absolutely, especially one of these, right? So let's see, this would be what? Negative 10 mR, and what else? Plus what? 21 mR. That's going to give us a plus 11 mR. Well, got lucky. All right, but it doesn't always, that worked. Okay, but if it doesn't work, right? Then what do you do?
Start over again.
What's that?
Start over again.
Start over again. Like maybe keep the 2 and 7, but maybe switch the 3 and this 5, right? Or the other side.
Is there supposed to be an R?
Beside the 11
You know what? That should be 11 mR. It should be 11 mR there. Yep, it has it in there. I just missed it. Sorry about that. It should be 11 mR there. So it works. Okay? So if that doesn't work, unless you had a really large number, then I would consider maybe 1 and 14 or 1 and 15. But 11 is fairly small. So again, chances are these numbers that are closer together, those are the ones I would try those first. All right. Okay.